On 2nd June, Dutch Admiral Joris van Spillenberg arrived in Ceylon with 3 ships from the Dutch port of Weer after a 12-month voyage. Visiting Kandy, the seat of King Vimaladharma I, Spillenberg and the king developed cordial relations. The king's admiration for his newfound friend was so deep that he began to learn the Dutch language, saying, "Kandy is now Flanders." They discussed future relations, focusing on possible Dutch military assistance to expel the Portuguese from the coastal areas as well as the trade in cinnamon and pepper. As a token of his friendship, the Dutch admiral left in the king's service 2 versatile and skilled musicians, Erasmus Matsberger and Hans Repper. The Dutch were invited into Sri Lanka after a treaty was signed between the Dutch and King Rajasinghe. It was signed in 1638 and was done to get rid of the Portuguese in Ceylon at that time. It stated that the Dutch would have to hand over the coastal areas captured in return for a trade monopoly over Sri Lanka. So then it began. The Dutch started assembling troops with aims to capture Colombo, which was done in 1656. Then they went on to conquer Jaffna, known as Jaffna, in 1658. However, they were not able to capture the landlocked kingdom of Kandy, as it was very strong at that time. The Dutch started taking control of the country, raising taxes on locals, inhabiting cinnamon industries, and etc. This is when King Rajasinghe II, the king of Kandy, realized that he had just replaced one foe with another. King Rajasinghe tried to form a rebellion in 1664, which the Dutch took advantage of. They took away all the positions in the lower country, such as the remaining ports, and left it landlocked. Despite underlying hostility between Kandy and the Dutch, open warfare between them occurred only once in 1762, when the Dutch, exasperated by Kandy's provocation of riots in the lowlands, launched a punitive expedition. The expedition met with disaster, but a better planned second expedition in 1765 forced the Kandians to sign a treaty that gave the Dutch sovereignty over the lowlands. The Dutch, however, maintained their pretension that they administered the territories under their control as agents of the Kandian ruler. The first governor of Dutch Ceylon was Willem Jacobson Coster, appointed on 13 March 1640. He was succeeded by Jan Thijssoon Payot. There was a lot of Dutch influence on Sri Lanka. Soon, Dutch surnames were taken by locals and types of food were getting popular. These are some of the usual surnames in the Dutch burger community: Andreas Antonius, Ant, Bagot Villiers, Baldissiner, Bartholomeus, Bicum, Bevan, Brohier, Klaas, Crosier, Da Silva, Daniel, Dorte, De Creste, De Silva, Guthrum, Ebert, Engelbrecht, Funander, Frugneet, Heppenstall, Hurt, Jans, Joseph, and many more. Moreover, one of the most famous dishes introduced and constructed by the Dutch is lampreis. Lampreis is rice boiled in stock accompanied by fricadelles, a mixed meat curry, bludgeon, abuni curry, and sini sambal. All of this is then wrapped in a banana leaf and baked in an oven. Lampreis is ideal for special occasions with a large gathering of friends and a family, considering its richness and the time it takes to prepare. Lampreis is cooked twice. First the rice and then the entries are cooked separately, and later what is already cooked is wrapped in a banana leaf and baked in an oven, which makes it a unique recipe. The Dutch language spoken at that time was Sinhala, Tamil, and Dutch. Some words we use today were derived from Dutch words. For example, kamare, which means room in Sinhala, was derived from the word kamer, which is also room in Dutch. The word pusa, used to say cat, was from the Dutch word poes, which was also used to say cat. Some of the most famous forts built by the Dutch in Sri Lanka is the Galle Forts, Badikla Fort, Negamba Fort, and the Mathura Fort. The Dutch rule ended in 1796. The British East Indian Company's conquest of Sri Lanka, which the British called Ceylon, occurred during the wars of the French Revolution. When the Netherlands came under French control, the British began to move into Sri Lanka from India. The Dutch, after a half-hearted resistance, surrendered the island in 1796. The British had thought the conquest temporary and administrated the land from Madras in southern India. The war with France revealed Sri Lanka's strategic value, however, and the British consequently decided to make their hold on the island permanent. In 1802, Ceylon was made a crown colony, and by the Treaty of Amiens with France, British possession of maritime Ceylon was confirmed.